In a shock to absolutely nobody, the long-in-development big-screen reboot of The Crow is really quite shockingly bad. Directed by Rupert Sanders, the latest adaptation of the comic book series of the same name falls short in almost every aspect, from being visually dull to featuring some truly awful dialogue and stilted acting. And while I wasn't annoyed by it like I was at Borderlands, that doesn't make this one any better. The movie opens with a bizarre and nightmarish sequence involving a horse that's the only insight we ever get into the troubled past of Eric Draven, played here by Bill Skarsgård, who's in what's supposed to be a rehabilitation facility but feels more like a full-on prison, complete with bullying guards and terrible security. It's here where Eric meets the apparent love of his life, Shelley, played by FKA Twigs. But before their bland relationship and non-existent chemistry can go anywhere interesting, they are brutally killed in an attack orchestrated by Danny Huston's supernatural crime lord Vincent Rogue. Eric ends up in a crow-populated purgatory where he's resurrected with newfound regenerative abilities that are literally fueled by the power of his love for Shelley, setting him on a path of vengeance against Rogue and his henchmen. Despite the film's minimal attempts to align with the original comics, it fails to capture the essence that made the 1994 version with Brandon Lee so iconic, with a script so poorly written that it almost seems intentional, featuring a disjointed plot that lacks the emotional depth needed to engage viewers, and characters who feel like they better belong in a low-budget TV show version of this source material. Visually, the film is unappealing, with drab cinematography that lacks the gothic charm of its predecessor, and while Sanders has shown some visual flair in past projects, here he struggles to make the gothic aesthetic work in a modern setting, as the protagonist's appearance that's just drenched in enough tattoos, face paint, and long black trench coats to make him look like a relic from an early 2000s vampire film is hilariously outdated in the year 2024. There are brief moments where the film hints at what it could have been, such as a creatively violent scene set in an opera house, but these moments are too few and too late to save the film, and the dark and rather murky cinematography often makes it difficult to discern what's happening on screen, further detracting from the experience. So yeah, The Crow really is as bad as everyone had predicted it would be, with its few fleeting moments of creativity being nowhere near enough to redeem a one-star film that's predominantly a dreary, confusing, and all-round lackluster attempt to revive a franchise that should have honestly been left to rotten development hell, with resurrection no longer an option. Visit the Film Feeder website to read my more detailed review, but for now, thanks for watching, please like and subscribe for more reviews, and I'll see you next time.